FOJ 79. What's up, Jason?
Jeff, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. It's been kind of a mixed bag this weekend. It was a great day today. Rough Friday, rough Saturday due to work stuff. But yeah, today got a lot better. How about you?
Yeah, pretty much the same. Was traveling this week. Just had a short trip to Raleigh for a couple days to be interviewed on a stage for a fireside chat with no fire. And then that was it. Just kind of came home and kind of been relaxing the last couple days. Now I go off to this week to New York City to MC my first conference.
Nice. So this time you were the interviewee and not the interviewer or the lead commentator or the roundtable, whatever lead guy.
Yeah, I was the one put on the spot. It was just me and the host of the conference, just on a stage talking. Had a few hundred people there, and it was kind of different being on the other side of it. But it was cool.
Yeah, how'd it feel? How did that feel?
Oh, it was fine. I mean, I guess I'm fairly comfortable with that at this point. So a few hundred people in the room was like no big deal. It was cool. Lots of obviously it's an industry thing. So I was kind of surprised when a third of the audience put their hands up, saying they listened to my podcast, my other one. So I was like, oh shit, okay. I should have probably brought some stickers or something.
That's got to be always humbling when people will ask, hey, who listens to the podcast? You see hands go up and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
I know it's in the numbers and I know you see the numbers all the time, but when you like see it for real, it kind of just validates everything. You're like, wow, these are like real people.
Yeah, it was cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, I don't know what to say other than it was cool, and kind of shocking still that thing has turned into such a behemoth.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Yeah. And then New York City this week, right?
New York City. This one, I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous about because I've never emceed an entire day-long conference, so we'll see how that goes. But it should be relatively easy, I think. Like they give you not a script, but they give you like kind of everything how it's supposed to play out. And it's the first time that they're doing it, so hopefully it goes well, and hopefully I see some familiar faces in the crowd from other conferences, and I know I'll have at least one client there, maybe two. So hopefully there'll be some familiar faces.
How were you chosen to MC this thing?
They just hit me up on LinkedIn, liked what I do and the podcast, and was like, hey, would you be interested? That was pretty much it. It was straight up cold call from LinkedIn. Someone on LinkedIn.
Are you getting paid for this?
They have made a donation to our nonprofit. Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah. Not a lot, but something.
Yeah.
And they're covering travel too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, it'll be a good experience.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm going to be a long day, basically. Have to be there at 7. It wraps at 5. And then we do like a happy hour meet and greet type thing afterwards from like 5:30 or 6 until, question mark. And then I have to be at a client office the following day at 8 a.m. on the Upper West Side. So
nice.
I'll be like, all right, I'm going to be like 8 or 9 o'clock. I'm like, all right, I'm done, guys. I'm out of here.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm sure it will go fine.
Yeah. And then I got nothing. Like I have no plans to travel, at least at this point, until like September, maybe October. So right now I'm like home the entire month of August.
Nice. What are you going to do with yourself?
I don't know. I feel like I got to find somewhere to go.
Well, more than that, what's your wife going to do with you? It's like, why are you here?
Yeah, it's usually after a couple of weeks. It's like, all right, when's your next trip?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, been pretty quiet. Pepper did have a little thing yesterday with her paw. Kind of came home after going out to eat. Oh, okay. So I've got a story for you. I'm going to tell you about Pepper real quick, and then I'm going to tell you about the Majestic in Asheville.
Oh, okay.
So I came home. Pepper was like on the landing of the stairs and was kind of whining, and she was carrying her paw, so she had injured her paw somehow. And so we weren't quite sure what it is, but she was like whining and shaking and crying and stuff like that. So I was like, oh boy, okay, here we go. Is this like a Saturday trip to the vet, to emergency vet at this point, to see what's wrong? And it's kind of, she's okay now, but yesterday I thought for sure like, oh, she's like either like broken something or twisted it, like she wouldn't straighten her paw out at all. And was carrying it and just was not having a good time with things. So I was like, okay. But today she's fine. So I'm thinking maybe she like sprained it or stubbed a toe or something. I don't know. But she seems to be a lot better today, and it's like putting weight back on again. But yeah, yesterday was not a fun evening.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. And you have no idea how she did it.
No, I was out, and then I came home, and there she was, like just laying on the thing, whining with the other dogs. She's just whining, and I was like, immediately, I was like, something's wrong. Like, she's usually not that vocal.
Yeah.
And she was like, carrying her paw like a dog does. So
okay, and kind of hopping a little bit or limping.
Yeah, she definitely wasn't putting any weight on it. I'm like, oh man, what'd you do now? So, didn't feel anything. I was trying to figure out like what's going on. We had already taken her to the vet on Friday because she's been skipping with her back leg.
Okay.
And of course, she wasn't doing it at the vet and seemed like it was okay there. So now we got to take her for X-rays next week. But anyway, seems to be fine now. We'll see.
That's good.
But let me tell you, I know we have like a lot you want to do, but I have to tell you this quick story. It may not be quick.
No, of course.
So there's this new Chinese restaurant that just opened up in Asheville called the Majestic. And it's like a very small Chinese place, but its whole thing is like New York style Chinese. And I will tell you, for all Asheville's wonders and glories, Chinese food is the least of those. Like, it's just not good here. And so people are very excited, like, oh shit, like this is going to be like a legit New York Chinese place. Like, hey, even your dogs are very excited about it.
Yeah, so, my dogs are excited.
I know, they hear fried rice and they're like,
home.
Yeah, hit me, I'm up.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, okay, they just opened up this last week. I think they did like a soft opening earlier in the week. They were open on Thursday.
Okay.
Closed on Friday because they ran out of food.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
So like, okay, I guess that's good. And then Saturday, where I was like, all right, well, let's place an order. And this is kind of place where it's mostly takeout. And, they have a couple of a couple tables inside, and that's pretty much it. But it's a takeout place. So my wife places an order. They don't take orders until 4 p.m. She puts the order in at 4. Great. Pick up at 4:45. Okay. That's fine. So I head there and I get to the place and there's cars up and down the street. I'm like, okay. Now, relatively normal for Asheville because parking is just a shit show here anyway. But like, okay, new restaurant, of course it's going to be busy, blah, blah, blah. And so I park and walk, down the street to the place, and there's a line. Like, they have like a takeout window on the side of the building, which is where you go to pick up your take orders.
Yeah.
No, that's just where you pick up your to-go orders, right? And you go.
But you don't go in the building.
You can if you want, but like it's clearly like this is the takeout spot. You go there. They even send you in the email and go to the side window to pick up your order.
Okay.
So, get the confirmation order, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, I get there. There's like 10 people in line already at the pickup window, I should say. And this is where I immediately knew there was like, okay, this doesn't feel right. Like this is going to be a problem. Because what they were doing was every single person was a new person coming up to the window.
Sure.
Yes, exactly. And so everyone there was like, hey, are you guys all waiting to pick up your order? And they're like, yes. I'm like, okay, I'll just get in line and whatever. So basically it was like, as each person came up to the window, they would be served, right? Or figured out. And then if their order was ready, they'd take it. If they didn't, they'd stand off to the side, right? But there was no like coordination whatsoever. And it was taking 5-10 minutes for each person at the window.
Boy.
Yeah. So I got there at, I want to say like 48 after, something like that. Like right on time to pick up the food, right? I got to the window around 6.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I lie. I didn't make it to the window. I was next in line for the window, and me and this guy had been there the whole time. Like, it's a new restaurant, like whatever.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'll give it till 6, and then be like, all right, I've been waiting for an hour for the food that was supposed to be ready an hour ago, right? It better not have been sitting on a shelf somewhere, like waiting, right? Just because they just were a shit show. And the whole time, only once did an employee actually come out into the sidewalk and say like, hey, we're having trouble with the systems, blah, blah, really sorry with that. I'm going to try and go get formation. I'll be right back. She never showed up. Never came back. Apparently, they were not familiar with the way the ordering system worked, and that they had to accept orders. Rather than orders just being submitted, they have to accept the order.
Yeah.
And so I guess there were a lot of people who submitted an order but never got like a confirmation or an acceptance of the order. You know how like most places do? Like, hey, here's your order. It's been transmitted, and the restaurant has accepted it. Like pretty no brainer. Well, apparently they really screwed that up. It's like, okay, so it's 6:00. I am next up in line at the window. The guy who was next to me was standing at the window for about 15 minutes. And a head would pop out. They'd call a name. That person's not there. Okay. And then they close the window. They would acknowledge anybody like standing out there. And then like 2 minutes later, an employee would walk around the corner with bags of food, calling out the same names who still weren't there. It's like, all right, this is stupid. It's hot. And, at this point, the sun had shifted just enough where the sun was now directly on the sidewalk where we were all standing, and there was no shade. So before that, I was fine. I was like, all right, it's 6. Like, let me walk inside and see what's going on. So a couple of minutes standing around inside, waiting, and like, okay, here's my order. It's like, oh, you're one of the ones that made it through. I'm like, yeah, it's been like an hour and a half at this point. And then she's like, all right, we'll be right back. And then she goes, and you can see the kitchen, and you can see the pass out, and you can see all the tickets. And she's like looking for it, and like, there's ours in the middle. And she comes back, she's like, all right, you guys are in the middle right here, and you're about 45 minutes away from the food being ready. I'm like, it's already been 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? So I'm like, forget it, just refund it, and that's it. And so I walked out.
You never got anything?
Nope, never got any food. I spent an hour and a half standing on the sidewalk for nothing. And this place, Majestic, really just shit the bed totally. I get computer problems. You and I have both opened a restaurant. We know what a shit show that can be.
Yes.
But nothing excuses the lack of like customer service / communication that they just did not have.
Yeah, it's wow. I'll get into a lack of communication issue that I had in a minute, because that just brings up my Friday and Saturday. But anyway, yeah, that sucks, man. Now, was this like an authentic Chinese place to where like everybody who worked there was Oriental or Chinese, or was this just
no, a few? But it was it was supposed to be in New York, and they have another restaurant.
There's no language.
No, definitely not. Yeah, no. They the people who own it also have another good restaurant in the city as well.
Oh, okay.
So this isn't their first time opening a restaurant either.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I was texting my wife throughout the month. I'm like, all right, like this is just a shit show. I sent her a picture, like the line. I was like, all right, going back from like it's been half an hour. Like I'm gonna give it till 6. It's like whatever. But just the lack of communication. Like the people on the outside were forming a gang. And we're like, if you just tell us the names of the orders, we'll yell them out for you. Right. And they're like, Marshall, no, Marshall, no. Okay. And then it was just like, even the people in the line were kind of like cool, for the most part with it. But even they were like trying to help. And the restaurant did not do themselves any favor.
That's so funny because you almost feel like a camaraderie with the other people standing there. You just look at them like, all right, yeah, we're in this. Yeah. We're in this together. I don't know you, but we're in this together.
There was a woman across the counter from we're both all staying on center. A woman across from me was like, well, I hope my order is, right. I'm like, at this point, it doesn't matter. You're getting what you get. and just be happy to have food at this point.
So not their first restaurant, but they didn't understand how their computer system worked.
Right. And
they didn't understand that they had to accept orders when they came in. That's weird to me.
That is weird, but also just again, you've got a line of 20. At this point, there were probably like 15, 20 people in the line outside, plus another 10 in the inside that are like all wondering like what's going on.
Yeah.
And zero coordination. I have no idea I don't know who was a manager or not. But again, it was just such a shit show and poorly handled.
Well, I remember opening a Chili's, the one in Orland Park, right before Mother's Day. And that stream of tickets, because it was before we had the computer system, the stream of tickets that just kept pouring out of that printer. And it's like, it won't stop. And it just, it's like down to the floor. And you just want to take it and throw them in the garbage because you just, you can't catch up. And that is a lonely feeling.
Well, like I said, at some point they just they stopped taking orders, and then the system caught up. And I think the computer system was doing what it was supposed to do. It was pacing the orders and giving the appropriate times. But to place an order at 4, have a confirmation email, say, oh yeah, your order made it in, and to have people who they said like, oh yeah, I ordered at 4:30 and the guy walks away with food. Like, how does that person, like, we didn't have anything fancy. It was like fried rice and like a Mongolian beef type thing. That was it. Like, not even a lot. But like, it was just such a shit show. Like, what is going on here?
Wow. So, okay. So 2 questions.
And
now.
Not an apology either.
Oh, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. So I have 2 questions. One, how long until you guys try this place again?
Oh, it'll be a few months.
How long are you going to give them?
It'll be a few months. We'll give it another shot. Like, shit happens, but
yeah,
it'll be a bit. It's a new restaurant. It's got to calm down. They've got to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Their AC also was broken in the inside of the building.
Oh.
So it seems like everything that could have gone wrong for them kind of did.
Yeah.
But again, the lack of like a management presence there to at least take control of the situation was sorely lacking.
So my last question is, what did you wind up eating that night?
I went to Chili's and got some chips and queso and some chicken crispers. And my wife was like, I don't want any of that. So she had like a charcuterie that she put together here at the house.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So
I'm like, all else fails.
Yeah. It's just like, what else we got here? So like,
that's funny.
That was on the way home. At that point, I knew it would be relatively quick. It was also like a 6:30 on a Saturday night. So I'm like, okay, well, everything's going to be busy. So yeah, it was a problem.
I had Chili's Friday night, and actually went there with Michelle and Jeremy, and had a really good experience.
Yeah, well, my order was right.
Yeah,
it came out in 20 minutes. So I was just happy to have food at that point.
I'll tell you what, man, the chips and salsa never fails. It's just
the salsa doesn't do it for me, man. It's too watery.
I know. We talked about that before. For me, I love it. And usually we get the queso. We didn't get the queso this time because we all got the enchilada soup as part of their 3 for me deal. And that was really good. But yeah, no, their chips are awesome. First off, because
chips are good.
The thin ones. And then, I've always enjoyed their salsa. I know for you it's a little watery.
It is. It's like a salsa slushy.
Yeah, I get that. It's been the same. It's been the same thing since you and I worked there. I think that's one thing they have not changed at all. So,
well, I'm just glad the queso's back. So at that point, it was also like, all right, tonight's already been kind of a waste. So just get food, go home.
Well, the queso, as the kids say, it's fire.
Good.
Yeah.
No notes.
It's always good. So,
all right. Well, that was my very, very exciting Saturday, and I haven't done shit today. It's Sunday. Watched the World Cup game, and that was
it. Nice. Yeah, we'll get into that. I had a very frustrating Friday and Saturday because of work. So we, I work on the other side of food distribution. We talk about restaurants a lot, and I now work for a food supplier. So I'm working in that side of the business, and we had multiple, not just one, but multiple. We had drivers quit middle routes. We had our transportation director at one of the 3 sites that I operate out of get fired in the middle of the day. And I had, I think it was 6 different accounts. And these aren't like little mom and pops. So, what is it? Granite City, 2 Famous Dave's, a California Pizza Kitchen. So, and a couple of healthcare accounts. These are like big time restaurants and stuff. Not get deliveries on Friday, and they didn't get them Saturday either. We had to recover, 4? We recovered 1 on Saturday. We recovered 3 of them today, and 2 of them didn't get anything or aren't going to get anything until tomorrow. So they went all weekend without stuff because we couldn't recover it. And the worst part about the whole thing was I got customers, obviously upset and frustrated, and they're coming to me for help, and I had no communication out of my office at all. Nobody would pick up the phone. Nobody would answer an email. Nobody would. I had a Teams chat going that we couldn't get information on. Just totally frustrating. So, communication. I feel like in anything is key, and when you don't have that, it does become a shit show very quickly. So,
what was the thing that was happening? Like multiple drivers quitting the same day, like that. It's almost like sounds like coordinated.
It may have been. I don't know. It was just really strange. I've never seen that much of a domino effect in terms of late deliveries, drivers quitting, transportation director gets fired. We guys not show up for work today that said they would show up yesterday to recover some of these routes. So the things that were supposed to be recovered today didn't happen for some people. Luckily mine did, but it's just weird, and the transportation rule is like you can only be in a semi truck for 10 hours a day. That's a national Department of Transportation rule. So, but this is the kind of thing that was happening. So, we'd have a driver start and we get the email that, hey, the driver's going to run out of DOT hours. We get that email at 5:00 and it turns out the route was terminated at 11:30 in the morning. It's like, why does it take 5.5 hours to communicate this kind of thing? So very frustrating. It's going to be probably a frustrating couple weeks as we look to hire new drivers and, get a new transportation director in place and all that stuff. So yeah, not looking forward to that. So that was my Friday and Saturday. I worked, probably, off and on Friday. I mean, I said we went out to dinner, but I had my two phones, going, and I was checking them all the entire time to the point where I'm sure Jeremy and Michelle were getting really irritated with me. And I worked a lot of yesterday just trying to monitor stuff and answer customer questions and things like that. So yeah, it was frustrating.
Yeah, no kidding.
And then, trying to get things figured out for today because we had a baseball game at 1:00. So last night, as this is going on, we get a text message from the other two guys that I coach with, and one of them's a player. Yeah, we're only going to have 7 guys to start the game tomorrow.
Well, you got red cards now? World Cup fever taking over baseball?
Guys were going to come late. Guys were coming from other games. A couple of guys had to work, that kind of thing. So guys just weren't available until, after 1:00. Guys were going to be at 1:30, 2:00. Well, you can start a baseball game with 8 guys. Okay. So, luckily all coaches in this league are rostered as players just in case something like this happens. So I get the text message Saturday night, probably about 8:00. And they're like, hey, make sure, bring a glove, bring baseball pants. Jeff, I don't own a pair of baseball pants. Until now, because I went out this morning before the game, went to Dick's Sporting Goods, bought a pair of $30 baseball pants, so I have them.
Do you have to wear baseball pants to play? Like, is it like a uniform requirement?
Yeah, this isn't a beer league. This is,
you can't just show up in shorts.
Yeah, exactly. So
can you imagine a bunch of guys show up like Dockers? And,
yeah, Dockers and flip flops or whatever, that kind of thing. But no, they take this stuff pretty seriously. So we get there and I'm like, all right, do we need to play? Are we not playing? Are guys showing up? They're like, well, guys are on their way, but they're not here yet. And they're like, yeah, other coach says to me, he goes, yeah, you and I have to suit up. I'm like, all right. He's more the manager. I'm like just kind of an assistant coach on this team. So I'm like, all right, just tell me whatever you need. I'll go play catch. I've told you this before. My arm is completely dead. I for whatever reason, it just will not throw a ball nearly as far as it used to. So I'm playing catch and it's fine, whatever. We get back to the dugout. Turns out, all right, I'm batting 7th, playing first base. So I'm like, okay. Mind you, we're playing a team, I think that's won maybe 3 games. So they're not all that great. Our record is 13-1. Or actually, it was 12-1 going into today. So should be a game we can handle,
Spoiler alert.
but considering what was going on, it's like, okay, we got to get things going, blah, blah, blah. So we're the home team. I go out there, and I'm throwing grounders to the infielders, blah, blah, blah. And I catch everything. I'm like, okay, feeling good. Very first fucking play of the game. Ground ball is shortstop. He fires a fastball at me because he kind of threw it on the run. Jeff, I swear to God, I barely saw it. I barely saw the damn thing, and had to kind of go for a backhand, and it went off the end of my glove. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I dropped the ball. It goes flying by me. So And he would have been out if I caught it. So error on me. I feel absolutely awful. I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm like, I can't ruin this game for these guys. And I know it's one play, but I'm like, I'm a first baseman. So any ground ball to the infield, I got to catch the damn ball at first base, you know? So they wind up loading the bases, but we get out of the inning. Nothing else happened. There was a couple of pop outs, and I think there was a force out at second base that got us out of the inning. So I'm like, all right. So mind you, we only have 9 guys there, and both the coaches are in the lineup. So I go over to coach third, and I'm thinking, okay, I'll just coach third until it's my turn to hit, whatever. So thinking, hey, I probably won't hit until the second inning anyway. No big deal. So I'm standing at third base, watching the inning unfold. I come up to bat with 1 out. And as it's my turn to hit. So I'm going back to the dugout. I grab my son's helmet and my son's bat. Because he was there. He was playing center field and he had just scored. So I borrowed his helmet and borrowed his bat. And I'm like, I just go up there. There are guys on second and third. We got 1 out. And I'm like, all right, here's my chance to redeem myself, right? So as you recall, about 2 months ago when I played, took a pitch outside and swung at 3 pitches and missed at all 3 of them. And I was way behind all 3 of them and all that stuff, right? So honestly,
and you were going to go to the batting cage.
I never did go to the batting cage. I never did. So that's in the back of my mind. On the mound is a left-hander. He was probably throwing about as hard as the last guy I saw. But obviously throwing left-handed is from a different angle. Probably, I don't know, 22, 23 years old. So less than half my age. And I'm up there. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to give it my best shot. So, we'll see what happens. So I'm all the way in the back of the batter's box to give myself, as much time as I can to see the baseball, whatever. First pitch, boom, high and outside. But I'm like, whoa. I mean, it came hard. So I'm like, ball 1. I'm like, all right, ball 1. I'm ahead in count. Here we go. Second pitch, Jeff, right down the middle. I don't know how. I don't know where it came from. I swung. I hit that fucking thing right on the barrel. Left center field gap. Ball down on the ground between the outfielders, right? So I'm running. And I'm thinking, okay, and me running full speed is about everybody else's jog, right, at this point. And I get to first base, and they still hadn't gotten to the ball yet. And I'm like, oh, my God, I got to go. So I need to go to second.
You got to leg out that double, yeah.
Yeah, so I did do that, got into second base standing up. I'm 52 years old. It is obvious that I'm the oldest guy on the field by at least probably 15, 20 years outside of the other coach on our team.
Did they wheel out like any oxygen for you? Did you call timeout?
I look back in the dugout. And they're going absolutely bananas, like crazy. I mean, it was pretty awesome. And, I even stood on second base and, kind of did the rev like the players do. And I do what the Sox guys do and they get their hits on stuff and they're cracking up. So I'm standing on second base. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I've achieved everything I wanted to achieve. This is great. 2 RBI double. Awesome. I'm standing on second. Nobody's on third. Pitcher refuses to look at me. So I'm getting my lead off and I'm thinking he's not going to try and pick me off because I'm literally like probably 5 feet from the base because I'm not going anywhere, but I'm like, he doesn't look at me. First pitch goes in, ball 1. I get my what's called the secondary. I go back to the base. Ball 2, same thing. Ball 3, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get a little bit of bigger lead here. Ball 3 goes in. I get my secondary. I go nowhere. Finally, I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I take my lead. I kind of just shuffle, and I take off for third. I'm like, I'm stealing third right here, right now. Guy makes the pitch, ball 4 to the hitter, but because there was nobody on first base, I'm live, right? Because there's nobody behind me at that point. I stole third standing up. It was so awesome. Again, dugout goes absolutely bananas. Again, next guy comes up, hits a base hit. I score. Dude, I got to tell you, it was one of the best feelings I've ever had because I didn't think I could do it. I really did not think I could do it. I didn't think I could hit a baseball, run around the bases, and score in a game. I sat there and I thought about it for a second. I'm like, you know what? It's the first hit, run, RBI, and stolen base that I've had in just over 35 years.
Yeah.
Spring of 91. And I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever. And as I scored, one of the guys who comes in late was just walking into the dugout.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and I said to our other coach, Alex, I'm like, my replacement's here. Pull me out of the lineup. I'm done. That's all I need to do.
Always go on a high note. Pull a Costanza.
Yep, this is all I need. So we wound up going on to win. I think it was 19-0. This team was not good at all.
Mm-hmm.
And we slaughtered them in 5 innings. But Jeff, I'm not kidding. It was one of the greatest athletic feats I've ever had in my life.
I mean, it sounds like it.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I will fly high on this thing for a long time. It was so cool.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know what happened. I met the thing right on the barrel. I mean, a wood bat, and just absolutely crushed it. And I even said the best part about it was one of my kids was there to see it, and he was so pissed that he didn't film it. But he goes, I didn't realize you were at the plate. So he didn't get his phone ready enough. But I go, yeah, was it kind of a blooper? He's like, oh no. He's like, you crushed that thing. I'm like, that's cool. So it was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. So now, what are you going to do with your newfound sports success? Are you going to go to the batting cage? Or are you going to be like, no, I did it, and that is what it is?
Well, I'll tell you what needs to happen, because I'll tell you what, I got home. It was about an hour drive home from the city. I got out of the car, and I could barely move.
Mm-hmm. Sore.
I was sore as all hell.
We had the adrenaline going up until that point.
Yeah, but when I stopped, and then all of a sudden I, sat in the car for an hour, getting out of that car was so hard. Coming down to the basement was to check on something was even more difficult. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to try and go take a hot shower and just kind of, maybe loosen up a little bit. And that helped a little. But I am going to be sore as all hell tomorrow.
Yeah, you are.
It's going to be awful. But it was totally worth it. So and I've said this before, but what really I need to do is get in better shape to where, moving like that. And I'll admit, I didn't stretch at all before the game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably what hurt me the most. I didn't stretch out really. I mean, I played catch, but I didn't, warm up the legs or anything. And I do need to like stretch and move, and especially working from home now, I just don't get up and do enough. So I need to start like walking every day, and I need to do a little more movement. And I think that would help. But yeah,
some cardio.
Yeah, cardio stuff. It's just getting the muscles moving.
Yeah.
So
go for a walk. Take the dogs for a walk around the block or something.
Yeah, exactly. Although walking 3 of them at the same time, ugh, challenging.
That's awesome. So what are you going to do? Do you think you should get like a trophy, retire your jersey, never wear those pants again, put them up on the wall? Is it like the Hard Rock? You're going to put your pants up and, sign them?
Maybe sign them and with 1-for-1 double, 2 RBIs, run scored, stolen base, that kind of thing. HOF 26.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, hopefully my end of the season stat line is just 1-for-1, because that means we have enough guys every other time. But it was fun. I don't think I'm near ready to do that on a regular basis, but today was, for one day only, it was an absolute blast.
That's cool. That's great, man. Like happy for you.
I didn't think I had it in me.
Yeah, right. I don't think they did either.
No.
The old guy surprised them.
Yeah, I think so. I think they were like, holy cow, that was one of the better hits of the day. I was like, well, I think I just kind of ran into one. But it was pretty cool.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, it finished off after 2 really shit days at work. It really helped.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So when's your next game?
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday. Okay.
Yeah, this is a Sunday league actually that runs into the middle of August.
Okay.
And then I think there's playoffs. We are currently in first place. Record is 13-1. There's a team that I think is either 12-2 or 11-3 right behind us. So, we're still fighting for the lead. But I'll admit, when our team is there, they're really good. So our other guys did a really good job of putting the roster together, and when guys are there and available, and it's interesting because you can roster up to 30 guys on your team based on guys' availability. Guys, obviously they're older, they get hurt, or they have to work, things like that. So for some reason we struggle to get 9 guys there at the beginning of games. Usually by the end, guys will be there, but to start the game we seem to struggle, which is weird.
It doesn't surprise me. We had that same problem when I played football for the rec. And granted, our games were like at 7 a.m. on Sundays.
Okay. Yeah.
And so it was tough to get, consistently get players there. And we weren't very good. But people have lives and jobs, and they don't, it's not their number one thing.
No. And sometimes when you're dealing with younger people and younger, they don't really take the responsibility serious enough to communicate. So you don't know that
That's
they're not coming till the last minute. Yeah. Again, common theme. I see a podcast title.
Yeah.
But they don't take it serious enough to understand that people are depending on you. So you got to.
Well, these guys knew they weren't going to be there, right? So you knew the night before. So
we knew it was a possibility, so we at least got that, which was good. Sometimes we don't get that. Mm-hmm. So
what happens? People just no show?
Usually it's, we'll text that morning. Are you on your way? Are you coming? Are you on your way? Oh yeah. Or, oh, I'm going to be late. Or, oh, something came up, that kind of thing. So, we kind of have a group chat going, so that at least helps, but
But isn't that like something that, like, as a coach, you can like put down as a rule, like discipline, is keep your teammates informed, right? If you know you're going to be late or whatever, and like 2 lates and you sit, or, whatever, right? Without a good reason.
Our coach usually around Wednesday will throw out there, hey, we got the game set such and such time this Sunday. Who's all coming? Who all's going to be there? Mm-hmm. And we get answers from most, but then, something will come up, or it'll be a, hey, we only have 8, can we get another guy to show? Again, one of the coaches can start the game and then we can be replaced, which is what happened in both cases today. But, sometimes it's tough. And, like I said, guys work, guys have jobs, some of these guys play on multiple teams. So in different leagues, so they'll be coming from one game to another. And sometimes it's difficult.
Yeah. For the guys that play on multiple teams, it's almost like they have to pick one. What if the game runs late, or something goes into extra innings and you can't plan for it, right? Stuff like that.
Well, this is funny because there's, I think, 18 regular season games, and we made the rule as a league that in order to be eligible for the playoffs, you have to appear in 8 of those games.
Out of how many?
Out of 18. So one less than half.
Mm-hmm.
Now an appearance is either an at-bat or you have to throw an inning on the mound. So if you're a pitcher, you throw 1 inning, that counts as a game appeared in. If you're a position player, you just need to bat once. So we had a guy who works for AT&T. He's fresh out. Actually, I think he's still in school. Played in high school. He played high school ball with Joshua. And he showed up today. He had to work this morning and had a regional meeting at 6:00. So he worked, came to the game, showed up, got his 1 at bat, left, drove all the way home to take a shower, and then had to go back into the city by 6 to give some presentation.
On a Sunday?
On a Sunday. Yeah, they had a regional meeting on a Sunday.
That doesn't make sense.
Which that's what I told him. He's like, yeah, I don't know. He's like, I have to go. He's like, I'm getting a promotion, and it just looks good if I go. I'm like, yeah, no, I totally understand, man. So yeah, he's a sales guy for AT&T. So, so yeah, he had that going. But that's the kind of thing. Like last week, we had a guy who was coming from another game, and we were slaughtering this team pretty bad. But we needed him to either get an at bat or pitch because he had to get his appearance. So he was coming from the city. So very last inning, we see him running. He's got his wagon with all his baseball shit in it and all that kind of stuff. And comes in. I swear to God, Jeff, he did not even break stride. Came in, dropped his wagon, put his jersey on, went out to the mound, struck out 3 guys in a row, got his stuff and left. It was nice. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It was crazy. Didn't even warm up.
He was warmed up in the car, I guess.
Yeah. It's like if you blinked, you missed it. It was pretty funny.
So what happens if you're like a bench player and you don't see regular time?
We make it a point to get everybody who's there. We get them in the game at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And guys tend to understand that. There's a certain skill level. Like I'll admit, we've got a few guys who are really good and can really play, hence our record. And then there's other guys who just kind of fill roles and understand that, hey, we need you to start the game. When so-and-so shows up, we're going to take you out. And they're cool with it. They're fine.
Mm-hmm.
They get, so it's pretty easy to handle as long as all the parts are moving and all the parts do what they say they're going to do. We don't have any problems.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. And we kind of explain all that at the beginning of the year and be like, hey, if you want to play in this team, this is the role we need. This is what we need from you. This is where we see you. Does that work for you?
Mm-hmm.
And if it does, great. And if not, that's not what you're looking for. We're going to tell you now. So if you don't want to do it, you can go do something else. So.
Any more conversations with that other team that you were like the whole like player tryouts and stuff like that?
Yeah. So I went to first off, it sounds like we're gonna keep all the kids that we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna work out. Because finally our manager basically said to the other team, look, I run the program, I ran the tryout. These are the kids we identified that we wanted. We offered them, we're going to keep them. That's the deal. And if you don't like it, he basically finally said, if you don't like it, go find somewhere else to play.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, I will help you fill out your roster, which he has done. And they're still, I think, looking for one more guy. But all this belly aching about what happened and stuff that needs to stop. Again, it could have been organized differently. And even he even said, I made a mistake. I should have set this up differently. And again, it's a learning process, right? But so we tried a kid out. I think it was last week on Monday or Tuesday. He asked me, he's like, hey, I'll try to kid out. Why don't you come take a look at him, see what you think? I said, oh, okay, fine. So I show up. He didn't tell me that this was for the other team, which it fine. I knew we were full, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So we're good. So the other two coaches, the other team are there. Tony's there. And again, it's his program, so he should be there. I show up. All of a sudden, the other two coaches completely go silent on me. Neither one of them will talk to me. And so finally, I asked one of them, hey, how was your trip to Ohio? Because they took their team to Ohio the previous week, and it was their last term of the weekend. And finally, I got the one to start talking. He's like, yeah, it was fun. We did well. And, it was last term of the year. So, it was a little emotional, blah, blah, blah. And, but we had a great time. Kids had fun, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, hey, that sounds great. So, I kind of broke the ice with him. His other assistant wouldn't even look at me at all. So tryouts done. There were two kids there. Neither one of them, honestly, were anything that we were interested in. And and I hate saying that about kids. First off, I hate the tryout process for kids. I hate telling or giving kids an impression or telling them, you know what, you're not good enough. I hate that. I think every kid deserves a chance to play somewhere, and I hate being the one to break the news. But anyway, that's just me. So we're talking about these kids, and finally, this assistant coach pipes up and he goes, "So these guys are trying out for our team, right?" And the other Tony, our program director, he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Then what are you guys even doing here?" And he was dead serious. And at that point, I almost was like, "You know what? We're here to help." I was going to say this, but I didn't. I wanted to say, "You know what? We're here to help you fill out your roster. If you don't want us here, go F yourself, and I'll be more than happy to spend my time doing something else." But I didn't say a word. And Tony finally was just like, "Well, we're here to help you. We're here to, help evaluate the kids for you and see if, help facilitate the tryout and see if you need any help." That was it. He's like, "Oh, well, I just remember last time when we tried out all the kids together, you wound up with everybody we wanted." And I'm like, "Okay." And I finally walked away. I walked away from the conversation. I'm like, I'm not going to deal with this stuff. And so he finally just up and left. And the other coach and Tony and myself were kind of walked together to the parking lot and all that. We were just kind of chit-chatting on what they still needed and things like that. And I basically said, I go, "You know what?" I go, "You guys can try out whoever you want. I'm not going to be in anymore. I'm not going to deal with that." And Tony was like, "Yeah, I totally get it." I said, I understand you got to be there. It's your program. You want to help them, fine, but I'm not doing that anymore. Not if that's what he's going to say when we're there. Screw it. So that's kind of where we're at.
Okay.
Yeah. And I hate being like that because what was it? About 3 weeks ago, we played a tournament final against their team in the pouring rain on Father's Day. And they beat us by 1. And it was a great game. And it was like our entire program was there watching. All the parents were there. And it was great game. They beat us by 1. Tony talked about how, what a great day for the program it was. And it was. Everybody walked out on a high and all that stuff. The kids were thrilled. And, granted, we lost, but we were okay with it. And their team was obviously pumped up because they won the tournament and all that. And I'm like, okay, everything's great. Program's in a good spot. This is really great for the younger ages and yada, yada, yada. And now we've got this going on. So
drama.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. The drama that comes from travel sports. I hate it. I hate what the travel sport culture has become. It's awful.
But has it always been like that, and it just hasn't happened to you, like this sort of scenario?
It's very possible. I hear all kinds of stories like this, and believe me, I've had my share of drama within travel sports that I've dealt with, but it seems to be more and more common every year, and it's all money, it's all parents, it's all jealousy. It's just backdoor deals. Guys wanting kids so bad that they'll let them play for free. But in order to let some guys, because they're so good, play for free, they've got to charge other families more money to cover it. But they can't obviously tell them that. And, it's just a nasty world behind the scenes, and that's what I don't like, because at the end of the day, this is for kids, and it's what they're, supposed to be an enjoyable time, but it's for a lot of people, they make it very unenjoyable.
Yeah.
So
that sucks.
So I enjoy coaching. I do. I enjoy my role in it now, but I am so glad that my kids are done with it, that I don't have a kid in any of these programs anymore. So I'm glad we got through it relatively unscathed. So not bad. So yeah.
Wow, you've had a pretty eventful couple of weeks since we last checked.
You know me, man. I live and die for this stuff. Baseball is a lot of my life, and I I love it. There are some, rough patches of it, but overall, I absolutely love it. You know that.
Oh, yeah. That's great. I have no notes. You're 1 for 1. Stolen base. Did you get an RBI or you just a run scored?
Oh, 2 RBIs.
2 RBIs. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's a pretty solid stat line.
Yeah. 2 RBIs, stolen base, run scored, 1 for 1 with a double.
So when do I start to see you on Kalshi so I can start making, bets on that?
Probably not anytime soon. Yeah, there will be no futures bets on me.
All right. Well, I tried.
but hey, it makes for a great story that I'm sure I will tell for a long time.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Speaking of Kalshi, have you seen that commercial with Timothée Chalamet?
I have, yes.
Where he's in the dentist chair?
Yes. Alpha. What? Alpha.
Seriously, like, what?
Yeah.
I don't understand, like, what is the point of that commercial?
No, I don't understand.
And then they break into a Nickelback song to end it.
Yeah, I don't understand the punchline. I don't understand the idea behind it. I don't understand the shtick, if you want to call it that. I don't understand any of it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
No.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit, Jay, and frankly, I'm not going to stand for it.
Well, let's just tell Kalshi the dumbass of the week then, because I think it's a horrible, horrible advertising campaign.
And yet here we are talking about it.
I know.
The world famous FOJ show. So I guess mission accomplished. I just think it's a stupid commercial.
Well, yeah. Now we've shared with our roughly 20 listeners that
20? Man, you're being generous.
Our opinion on it. Oh yeah. I did talk to our buddy Phil the other day. It would be fun to bring him back on when football's about ready to get going.
Okay.
Because he's like we've talked about, he's a huge Vikings fan.
Oh, nobody's perfect.
Yeah, I know. That's what I've told him.
It'd be curious to see what his takes are on the whole quarterback situation they got going up there.
On Kyler Murray versus JJ
and
all that. So yeah, I think it'd be interesting. So I'll reach out to him and we'll bring him back for round 2.
That works for me.
So yeah, not much going on in the Chicago sports area. Bears, all stadium talk, all that stuff is pretty quiet. We do have exhibition football next month, which is cool. That'll be fun.
Getting closer.
I know. I don't even know what their exhibition schedule is, to be honest with you. But I would assume training camp starts pretty soon.
Yeah. Let me look and see.
And obviously, once that gets going, then we'll have a lot more to discuss.
Let's see. July 31st is the first public practice.
Okay, so what? 12 days? Yeah. Today's the 19th.
I can't believe it. I'm like, July. We got a whole month. I'm like, oh shit, it's already.
Yeah, I know.
We're already halfway through July, at least.
I know. Jeremy, my middle son, turns 23 tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Jeremy.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the practice schedule. They've got the Bears Peanuts kids game on Saturday.
Okay.
What is that? August 15th. And then they've got the Bengals the 22nd and the Titans the 29th.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm not sure what that's supposed to be.
3 preseason games, I think it is now.
Yeah, I don't know what. I guess is that supposed to be the Browns?
So Bengals, Titans, and Browns.
Browns, Bengals, and Titans. It looks like the Browns helmet, but it doesn't say. None of them have team names on it. It just says Bears Peanuts kids game.
Peanuts.
So I'm gonna have to look this up.
On August 15th.
On August 15th.
So basically, they practice for the better part of 2 weeks, and then they have a practice game.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I'm just going off the graphic on their page, and it looks like
yeah.
They host the Cleveland Browns on that game.
Okay.
And fans who purchase a special Bears Peanuts ticket offer, receive an exclusive limited edition 4-inch Snoopy plush keychain charm sporting a Bears jersey.
Well,
so there you go.
La-ti-da.
Yeah. So you get a little keychain thing with Snoopy wearing a Bears jersey.
Wow, doesn't get any better than that.
I mean, yeah. Got to get something in turf. I guess the Browns' first preseason game. I mean, look, they were so good last year that it wouldn't surprise me that, there's actual excitement for some of these games. I mean, there will be, probably will be, but.
Oh yeah. Everybody gets jacked when the Bears are playing. It doesn't matter if it's preseason or what. And since there's only 3 preseason games, you're going to see more of the starters than you usually do.
Yeah.
And that'll be fun. And, I remember when there were 4 preseason games, sometimes you only see the starters for like one drive or
not even,
barely, we should see, Caleb for maybe a quarter and then go from there. So it'll be good. I'm excited.
Any news on stadium?
No, there's been no
really
talk.
Quiet. Too quiet.
Yeah, it's been kind of radio silent from them on the stadium. My guess is they're kind of hoping that some of the Indiana talk just kind of dies down and people kind of out of sight, out of mind, and then they might bring it back up when the team gets going. So there's not as much, because when the Indiana thing came on, it's like that was the only thing about the Bears to talk about, right? But when training camp starts and games start, if they start talking stadium at that point, it's not going to be the only Bears headline. So it might be, there might be more distraction around it as opposed to when they first brought it up. It's like it's the only Bears thing going. So
yeah,
but yeah, no, they haven't heard anything.
I wonder if that means that Illinois is working behind the scenes here and is going to finally get it done.
I hope so. I hope so. I know. I said it wouldn't bother me so much if they went to Indiana, but yeah, ultimately I would love to have them stay in Illinois. I just don't want the citizens of Illinois to have to pay for it. That's all.
I'm with you.
I don't think they should. So.
Billionaires shouldn't have their sports stadiums subsidized by citizens.
No. And if the state of Indiana is willing to pay for it, good for them. But I don't think Illinois taxpayers or Cook County taxpayers should have to pay for that. So, or pay for at least part of it. So,
yeah,
we'll see. Have you watched any NBA Summer League action?
No, I have stopped all NBA activities after the next one.
Okay, so the Bulls drafted Caleb Wilson.
Yes, I know the name, and that's about it. And I guess he's supposed to be okay, good.
So he's a forward out of North Carolina, number 4 pick. Some experts are projecting him. Here, let me say it this way. So the top 4 players, and I forget 2 of them, their names, but it was 2 other guys, and then Cam Boozer and Caleb Wilson. There was those 4 dudes, and then kind of everybody else. Like after the number 4 projected player, it dropped off. I don't want to say a ton, but considerably as far as talent, right? So the Bulls basically got one of the top 4, which is great. So Wilson, his first NBA Summer League game, goes out, scores 35 points, which is a Summer League record for a debut. I think he had like 8 rebounds, 8 assists. I mean, it was a game of games. Like, it was a holy cow game type thing where he was like the talk of the league. He played, so I think the Summer League was only like 5 games. So the NBA Summer League is pretty short. And I think it's basically just to get the teams together and kind of see what you got, that kind of thing. None of the regulars play, this. None of the, it's kind of basically first and second year guys. A lot of them are just camp guys trying to make teams and make a name for themselves. And then they play the guys that they got in the draft, see how it went. So, and normally top draft picks play like 1, maybe 2 of these games, right? Well, Caleb Wilson played 4 out of the 5 games because he goes, I want to play. I want to play basketball. I like playing basketball. He publicly said, to a reporter, yeah, I love this shit. That's exactly what he said. And yeah, I love it.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I love basketball. I eat, sleep, drink basketball. It's what I do. And second game kind of came back down to earth a little bit, had 19 points. Third game, 19 points. Fourth game, 21 points. So very consistent. Decent shooter. Can shoot the three, but the guy is all over the court. He had a block on somebody that was just, he kind of came out of nowhere, and he did one of those blocks where he didn't just swat the ball away. He just kind of went up and grabbed it. And I think it was after a turnover of his. Guy stole the ball away from him, and he ran him down, and the guy went up for a shot, and he just kind of went up in the air out of nowhere behind him and just took it. And I was like, wow. Last guy I saw do that was Jordan. And I'm not saying this guy's the next Michael Jordan. I'm not saying that, so don't quote me.
Whoa, hold on there.
I know. Let's pump the brakes on that. But I think finally the Bulls have a player that will actually help them, because I know the last time they drafted him before, they got Patrick Williams, and he sucks. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, the Bulls still went 1-4. Not that it matters. It doesn't really matter. But you will like this, because they interviewed Caleb Wilson after the first game. First question was, hey, 35 points, it's a summer league debut record. How's that make you feel? You think you assimilated yourself well? But first words were, we lost the game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what he said. Well, we lost the game.
Yeah. I feel like that's a slam dunk answer. Like,
yeah,
you have to, like, that is pass fail.
Yeah. Well, it's like, okay, are you going to answer the question correctly?
Right.
Or are you going to, kind of toot your own horn? And he basically said, he goes, yeah, that's all great, but we lost the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to win. I came here to win. I want to win. So that's kind of, I like it. I think it's great.
That's what you want to hear.
So I'm not saying you got to buy League Pass again, because
I'm not going to.
I think
I've
that's
already
why
decided.
it sucked last year, because you bought League Pass, but
it is my fault.
But I do think that they'll be worth paying some attention to.
You know what? I will wait until midway through the season.
I give it to New Year's. Look at New Year's and see where they're at.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to buy into the hype until I see half the season gone and see where they're at. That's it.
Well, the other thing is, you have to remember, and I know I am kind of tooting his horn, but the guys he's playing against are, again, rookies and, undrafted free agents and, just camp guys. He's not out there playing against, LeBron or Brunson or, those dudes. So
right.
We'll see what happens. We still don't have an answer on LeBron yet either.
Yeah, and apparently the NBA is can't figure out their schedule until he makes a decision.
Yeah. Yeah, which is kind of weird. Because Giannis went to Miami, and Jaylen Brown got traded from the Celtics to the Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
So those were the two big moves. I've heard with LeBron, I've heard either Cleveland again for the third time.
I've heard Golden State.
Or Golden State, yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, it seems like everything's on hold until we have a decision once again from LeBron.
Guy's what, 41?
I think, yeah. And this will be his 23rd season.
Crazy.
Is that right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And as we've talked about, still plays the game at a pretty high level. So.
Yeah, no kidding. Very high level.
Yeah. And then if the Lakers, and obviously the Lakers aren't going to re-sign him, it's like, well, what happens of his kid?
His kid isn't very good. Sorry.
No, he's not. So we'll see.
I mean, that's kind of an easy answer.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he needs to go down or reevaluate. whether he's an NBA player or not.
Go to the G League and then go to we'll see what happens after that. I think I forget what rookie deals in basketball, how long they are. Because I know I think they're pretty standard, but I don't know if they're 3 years, 4 years, 2 years. I don't know. I don't know how soon you become a free agent or anything like that. So,
yeah, I don't either. But I know he's not good enough to be in the NBA. Not as a starter, at least.
No, not even close.
And he's been in the league for what, 2 years now?
Yeah, I think this will be his third season.
So if he isn't good enough by now, he probably won't ever be.
Probably not, unless, if he were playing for the Bulls and was like Patrick Williams, they would re-sign him 5 years, $90 million.
Yeah, max him out.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't think the Lakers are that stupid. So.
And there's no such thing as futures contracts in the NBA like MLB.
No, there's not. Then let's see, we got the Blackhawks. So Connor Bedard hurt himself in practice, or he was working out in Vancouver in July, had shoulder surgery about a week ago, and is out till probably the end of November, early December, maybe. So he'll miss like a month.
What's the injury?
It's something with his shoulder. I think he broke his shoulder or something like that. I don't know. He got checked into the boards and fell pretty hard and, skated off the ice screaming, holding his shoulder. There's a video of it on Twitter.
All right.
Yeah. And, wound up having surgery. So, which sucks because this is this will be the third year in a row where he's missed time. He had a shoulder issue. It was the other shoulder last year. He missed 6 weeks. And then the year before that, I forget what the injury was, but he missed about a month as well. So hopefully this isn't a pattern that's...
I was going to say, at what point do you become labeled as injury prone?
Yeah, I know hockey obviously is a tough sport. Guys get injured all the time. But they did finally extend him.
5 years, $75 million, huh?
5 years, $75 million, which honestly I think is a great deal for both him and the Blackhawks, because with the Blackhawks it doesn't totally break the bank to where they've got room still to probably add another player, like another decent free agent, which they need. And I think it's a good deal for Bedard to have, obviously security, $15 million a year. Who's going to argue about that?
Right.
And then he also becomes a free agent again after age 26, because I think he either turned or is turning 21 sometime this summer. So, yeah, I mean, 26 in the NHL is still very young.
Yeah.
So.
And he should be theoretically kind of in the middle of his prime at that point, too. So if he's maxing out, then he could be in for a big payday.
Yeah. And the rumor is the Blackhawks have an offer out and are looking to bring back Patrick Kane.
Really?
Yeah. Chris Chelios, Hawks legend, Hall of Famer, all that.
Yeah. Bring back Chelios while you're at it, too, man.
Yeah, right. Well, dude, that guy played hockey forever. Yeah. But he said on the Score this week that the decision for Kane is down to because he's a free agent, is Buffalo or Chicago, and he's trying to decide where he wants to go.
I mean, he's beloved in Chicago, right? So
yeah, he played here 16 years, I think it was.
Something like that. Long?
It was a long time.
Really? Yeah.
And then
is Buffalo competitive? Like, is he in a point where he's like chasing a championship?
Well, that's the thing. He's from Buffalo. Like, he grew up there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I think they're a little bit closer probably to a Stanley Cup than the Hawks are. But again, I mean, the guy played 16 years here, and it would be an awesome story. Mm-hmm. And he's still productive. I mean, he's nowhere near the Kane of old, but he's still pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I think he still had something like 15 goals last year.
I don't know, but it doesn't matter. I'll never forget him scoring that game winner, and he was the only person on the ice that knew it went in.
Oh yeah, the goal that nobody saw.
Yep. Yeah, that was it.
It was against Philadelphia, as I recall.
I don't remember, but I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. But hey, excited that they extended Bedard. I think he's going to be a good hockey player for the Blackhawks for a long time, and we'll see. So, yeah, Chicago teams, God, you got Bedard on the Hawks, you got Caleb Wilson on the Bulls, you got Caleb Williams on the Bears, you got PCA on the Cubs, and you got a whole host of young, up-and-coming, decent players for the Sox right now. So, kind of an exciting time to be a Chicago sports fan, I think. A lot of up-and-coming potential. Nothing's set in stone yet, but we could be in for some fun in the upcoming years.
What is the best Chicago sports team right now?
Right now?
Mm-hmm. Out of all the sports we've got, what do you think is the best one? Which has the best franchise, best team? Is it the Bears, Cubs, Sox? It's not the Bulls. It's not the Blackhawks.
No, it's not the Bulls. It's not the Blackhawks.
I don't know how the Fire are doing, but
I think I gotta say the Bears, because right today they've had a little playoff success. The Cubs have not, and the Sox definitely have not. Now, granted, as we sit here today, Sox are in first place in their division. Still, they just took 2 of 3 from Toronto, and I think they're like a game or a game and a half ahead of Cleveland. So they're doing well. I think people are still trying to decide if they're for real. I think as we move further and further along in the season, I think we're discovering that they are. It's not a fluke, which is incredible based on the last 3 seasons they've had. But anyway, and the Cubs, they're just too streaky. I mean, yeah, they're I think 5 games out behind Milwaukee, but they're still like 12 or 13 games above 500, which is good, but they need a lot of help still with pitching, and the Sox could use pitching. And again, they haven't had any recent playoff success, so I think it's the Bears.
They're the best team right now.
I think so. I think the Cubs and Sox are very good, and I think I think they could both make it to the playoffs this year, and we'll see what happens from there. But I think right now, yeah, I think it's the Bears. But
I don't know if I'm ready to crown them yet.
You want to crown them? Then crown their ass.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if I'm ready to crown them yet, but I feel like it's somewhere between those 3 teams: Bears, Sox, and Cubs.
I think if you had to pick one, I think it's the Bears. I'm not saying the Bears are the almighty, end all be all, but I think if you had to choose one, I think right now it's the Bears.
Now, what if the Bears had not gotten the luck that they did last year and won half of those games?
Well, then I think it's a toss-up between the Cubs and the Sox.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Cubs and the Sox, granted, they're in different places and for different reasons, but they're both playing really good baseball right now. So I think you can make an argument for either one. Yeah, the Bears had a lot of luck.
Yeah.
I think sports in general, when you win, there's always going to be luck involved somewhere.
Yeah, but that was a lot of luck.
There was a lot. Yeah.
And it finally went our way.
Right, yeah, right. And
it's
I know
the law of averages. So previous years they weren't getting those. Last year they did. Yeah. So what happens now? Like this year, is it come back to earth and half those games they're not in?
We'll find out. I know the schedule's tough. We looked at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a first place schedule. So, we're all hoping, obviously it basically revolves around Caleb. It just does. And when you're the quarterback, that's what you get. But, as much of a step as he took, we need him to take an even bigger one this year.
Yeah.
And they took away one of his best weapons. So, and hopefully I understand why they did it. I understand, just the progression of the team, but you hope the guys that they still have step it up. So we shall see.
I just hope they don't break my heart again. That's all I want. I just want them to be good, competitive, and not take, a step back from where they were last year. Which is going to be hard.
Yeah, we get so, and it's different for some reason, it's just different with the Bears. I don't know why, but we get so emotionally invested with the Bears. Like, I'll admit, this. I am a diehard White Sox fan. I live and die with them. But if they lose a game, it doesn't bug me. It doesn't bug me. Now, granted, I know there's 162 games, so I can't.
That's part of it. If there were 16 games or 17 games, 17 you would care more.
But okay, if the Sox lose like 5 in a row, it doesn't bother me. Again, it is what it is. But when the Bears lose, like a heartbreaker, it like ruins my day. Like, I'm like pissed off the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I know I shouldn't be, but it's that emotional for me. And I know it's that emotional for a lot of people, and people get pissed and people argue and people, criticize, and, it's like their entire life revolves around this team. And I used to not be like that, but ever since they drafted Caleb, it's like, okay, I'm back in at that level.
And that's fair because he's lived up to the hype so far.
Yeah, he has. He has, but he's got to continue to grow. He can't plateau.
So ESPN had him as the 10th ranked quarterback.
I think based on how he's done, I think that's about right. Don't you?
Yes. Well, I mean, I was just looking up the link here. So this is from like a week ago, I think. Let me just run through the rankings.
Okay, yeah.
Number 1 is Josh Allen.
Okay, yeah.
Number 2, Patrick Mahomes.
Still,
even coming off a knee injury and
not
having really the best couple of years here.
I think that's a little high, but okay.
Matthew Stafford, number 3.
Yeah, okay. This is probably his last year, but okay.
Mm-hmm. Joe Burrow, number 4.
See, that one, I think Burrow's a great player, but he can't stay healthy.
Right.
So okay. Yeah, all right.
Number 5, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, okay.
Number 6, Dak Prescott.
I don't agree with that.
7, Justin Herbert.
I don't agree with that either.
8, Drake May.
Yeah, okay.
9, Jared Goff.
Yeah, okay. And then Caleb.
So is Caleb better than any of those guys? Not saying you would draft him for your team, but right now, a better quarterback.
I think he's every bit as good as Prescott, and I think he's every bit as good as Justin Herbert. And we've talked about Justin Herbert before. He's that guy where you look at his career, and yeah, he's a good quarterback, but he's never won anything. He's never won anything.
Who, Dak or Justin? Or both, I guess.
Well, really, both.
Yeah. Yeah, Justin's weird because he's like one of those guys who's like looks good on paper.
Yeah.
Very talented.
But you watch him play.
Yeah. And then he's like, how is this guy making a max contract? Like,
yeah, it's a whole lot of blah.
Yeah.
And Prescott has great games, but he has some shitters too.
Yeah.
And usually he has shitters when it matters.
Well, he's got a bunch of 4,000-yard and 30 touchdown seasons.
Yeah, I know he does.
And he's tied. So let me see here. So he has 4,000-yard, 4,000 passing and 30 touchdown seasons. And he's tied for 6th most of all time behind Breeze, Manning, Brady, Rodgers, and Rivers. That's pretty darn good company.
For touchdowns?
For seasons where throwing for 4,000, number of seasons throwing for 4,000 yards and at least 30 touchdowns.
That is pretty good.
I think, he's definitely a pocket passer.
You know what? For a guy, if I recall, was drafted in the 4th round. Is the 3rd? He was not a first-round pick, I don't think.
I don't know.
He hit. Now, I'm not trying to say Prescott's a bad quarterback. I think he's very good.
And he was a 4th round pick. Yes.
Yeah. Out of Kansas.
2016.
Yeah. Kansas, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
Mississippi State.
Okay. I don't know why I said Kansas, but anyway. I don't know. When I compare him to Williams, I just think, and maybe I'm thinking, see, with Caleb, you get the greatness, you get the wow, but Caleb still needs to work on the average.
Yeah, you get the higher highs and lower lows.
Yes, you get the extremes. Yeah. Exactly. With Prescott, I feel like you get the middle of the road.
He's pretty steady. I mean, threw for 4,500 yards last year, 30 touchdowns, only 10 interceptions. I'll take that.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, God. If Caleb Williams put up a season like that, this town would go bananas over him.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess, I don't know. I guess on the surface, I would rather have Williams, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, I would too. But again, we're talking building a team and not taking a player who's 10 years into it, which is what.
Where was Jordan Love on that list?
He was not. He was not in the top 10, but I think he was. Let's see. I know there was honorable mentions: Sam Darnold, Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Baker Mayfield, Trevor Lawrence, and Jalen Hurts.
Okay, yeah, I can't disagree with that whole. I guess you look at. I mean, would you say that Caleb is still the 3rd best QB in their division, behind Goff and behind Love?
No, I think he's better than Love. I think Goff is better than he is right now.
Okay, so you think he's number 2?
I think he's number 2, but I'm giving it to Goff because of the experience, and he's been doing it for a while. Yeah, and the Detroit offense is just a machine, and they have been for a few years now.
They have. That's true.
Well, ultimately, if Caleb continues to, take the trajectory that he's on, I think he takes it over at some point. But 1 year of being lucky and good isn't good enough. I want to see multiple years of continued improvement, and I want to see him be a pocket passer and be accurate.
Yeah, I do too. I know. Was it Ben Johnson has gone on record as saying, we've watched all the film, and he said we can find where there should have been another 100 receptions out there, 100 completions out there that we missed, either due to drops or missed throws or whatever. So he's like, the opportunities are there.
Yep.
If he could just get his completion percentage to 65,
man,
I know everybody wants 70. I know everybody wants 70, but if he could just get it to 65, if he could complete another 4 or 5 balls a game, it would just make such a difference, I think.
Yeah. I mean, right now he's a career 60.3 passer.
Yeah, see, that's not good.
But regular season last year was 58, 52 in the postseason.
Yeah, he
threw more interceptions than touchdowns in the postseason.
Yeah,
4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. It's not going to do it.
That's not going to get you anywhere.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, I hope there's improvement. I think there will be. It's just a matter of how much.
Yeah. Well, we only have a couple months to wait till we actually see games for real.
Yeah, and there's still, there'll be question marks. Will the center be good enough? Will the offensive line be good enough? How the hell are they going to rush the quarterback? It's the same, the same old song and dance on the defensive line. And, will the 2 safeties, be as good as advertised? Will the secondary will they intercept the ball as much as they did last year? Will Loveland take another step and, be a top 5 tight end in the game, which I think he very well could be. What is that? I saw some ranking the other day that had him at number 3 behind Bowers and
tight ends. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I saw
Bowers,
the same thing.
And I think it was Trey McBride. But I mean, he was ahead of Kelce. He was ahead of George Kittle. So, which I found interesting. He was ahead of Sam Laporta.
So right now, the Bears, at least according to ESPN, have the 17th best team, but from a talent perspective.
So middle of the road.
Middle of the road. Biggest strength is still offensive line.
Yeah, that's fair.
Biggest weakness, defensive line.
Yeah.
Also, no shit. And the X factor being Caleb Williams.
Yeah. Again, I think they got it. I think you've said it many times. Prove me wrong or prove it to me.
Yep.
You don't win Super Bowls on paper.
Right. Gotta win the game.
That's right.
The most talented roster is the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah. And I heard this, I don't know, I only heard it once, so I don't know if it's a real thing or not, but I heard there are possibly talks of Aaron Donald.
Oh, coming out of retirement?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
Like a limited, like, how many games would you be willing to play? And here's how many games you have to play in order to be eligible for the playoffs. Could you imagine him and Myles Garrett on the same defensive line?
That's going to cause a lot of havoc.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Rams, Eagles.
He's been out of the game for how many years now? 2?
I have no idea. At least 2 or 3, right?
Yeah. But he retired pretty young.
Yeah, he did. But let's see, if he stayed in game shape is a different story. But I guess if you're rushing the quarterback, if you still have the quickness or the bull rushing, and even if you're not getting the sacks, if you're pressuring the pocket and collapsing it and you're pushing it into Myles Garrett, that's also a problem.
Well, yeah, you've got arguably one of the best defensive ends ever on your right or left side. Yeah, I think that would help you big time. They can't double them both.
Yeah, no kidding. The Dolphins are the 32nd ranked team, lowest.
Doesn't shock.
Their biggest strength is running back, Devon A-Chain.
Yeah.
Their biggest weakness is the secondary. The Browns are number 31.
Yeah. So your Niners are probably up there.
I don't know. I feel like they've been kind of sneaky. They're 11.
Yeah.
Depends on how healthy Christian McCaffrey is. They've had some question marks at wide receiver as well.
Yeah.
The whole Brandon Ayuk situation is so weird.
Yeah, that is
we'll
weird.
see. And Brock Purdy also being injured hasn't been helpful.
Yeah, hard to believe he's had an interesting career. Was he Mr. Irrelevant when he was drafted? Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, pick number 262 of the 7th round in 2022.
Wow. Where did he go to school? Do you know?
Iowa State.
Okay.
And I only know this because I'm looking at his profile on on the internet. I don't have any of this stuff memorized.
Yeah, I have no idea. So. No, it'll be a fun year. They're all fun,
I'm looking forward to not League Pass, but the NFL Sunday Ticket. Getting that fired up again. And
Red Zone, NFL Red Zone.
NFL Red Zone, yeah. Although I find myself watching less Red Zone because I'm watching the Bears mostly. But if the Bears aren't on, then it's Red Zone.
That's what I do. Yeah, if the Bears are on, I'm locked in on that. But if they're not, I have Red Zone on because in the wintertime we bring in, when it gets colder out, we bring in one of the TVs from our back porch, and I'll set up 2 TVs in the family room. So that I'll have the Fox game on one and the CBS game on the other, or I'll have the Fox game on one and Red Zone going on the other. So yeah, I'm a junkie. I can't help it. But I got Michelle in on it too. She loves it. So
I just have the big TV, and I split that into 4 different streams on YouTube.
Oh, there you go.
So,
how big is it?
I want to say 90 inches.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
It takes up the rest of the entire wall, but, it's a big TV for a big space.
Yeah, sure.
But, yeah, we do the YouTube stream, and we'll have the Bears, Red Zone, and then whatever 2 other games are on there. And then,
nice.
flip around the audio as needed.
Yeah, 90 inches, you could still see a probably really good portion of everything.
Yeah.
Because when you split it up on a smaller TV, obviously
it's too hard to see.
But yeah, on a 90-incher, that's good.
Yeah. Well, it was like the first thing we thought when we moved in this house was, all right, we're reconfiguring this wall that had like a 40-inch TV that was like, wait, it was like a space. It's like, like a built-in bookcase type thing with like where the TV was.
Yeah.
And it was like a 40-inch TV or something. And like, there's no way like that is way too small for like this kind of
sure.
area.
Yeah, no, probably looks like a 19-inch.
Yeah. And it was in a weird place. It was like off to the side. It wasn't like in the middle. So we just reconfigured that entire thing, got some new shelving, put out the space, and just plot the giant TV in there.
God, remember when a 40-inch TV was like huge?
It was, yeah. Yeah. And they were expensive. Now you get like, as a cheap price, Best Buy and go like 65-inch TV for like $200.
Yeah.
The panel may maybe not be great, the actual quality of it, but good enough. I mean, for $200, I'm willing to sacrifice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, we bought I think it was on Black Friday, we bought a 65-inch for our family room, and it fits perfectly right between the windows, and love it. I think this was 3 years ago. I paid $399 for it. It's great. 4K, awesome.
4K, yeah, that's all you need, really. Now we just need the content to catch up because most sports are still only being broadcast in either 720 or 1080.
1080p,
yeah. I did enjoy the World Cup at 4K. It was great.
Let's talk about the World Cup. We haven't hit that yet.
I watched the entire game today.
I only caught the very end, to be honest, because we had baseball. But yeah.
I will tell you, Spain dominated literally from the first kick.
Yeah, it sounds like they kind of just suffocated Argentina because until late. Argentina didn't even have a shot, right?
Oh, I don't even think they got a shot until extra time.
Like extra time?
Yeah, it was. They were also down a player in extra time, so one of the players got sent off on a red card on a stupid foul, like just dumb. Once that happened, it was just okay. They are not going to score. Their best thing would have been to hope for a tying going into penalty kicks, but
yeah,
the entire game was so lopsided. Now, to their credit, Argentina played great defense, and the goalie had like 11 saves.
Yeah, I heard that was that's a record for a World Cup final, isn't it?
I mean, most of them were kicked right at him, but still, a save is a save.
Yeah.
And they hung him out to dry, and he made saves. And Argentina just didn't get anything going. Messi did not. I think he only touched the ball like 15 times or something like that.
Yeah.
Like they just had nothing going the entire game. Their best chance came in, I want to say, extra time before the overtime period, where they had a cross into the middle by Messi and kind of guy slid in and it went wide of the mark, but that was it.
I saw that. Now, somebody had a free kick right outside the box late, and it was headed for the upper corner, and the goalie knocked it away with his one hand, and I forget what he took the kick, but
I think that was Spain. So it was the young kid from Spain that everybody likes. He didn't really play too well either, though. Like he didn't have much impact. But yeah, like the goalie for me was the man of the match. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
He got beat on one, but it was after, basically right in front of him, got headed back. The goal was, I don't know anybody who stops it unless it's like kicked right at him, basically.
The pass on the game winner was on the header.
Oh yeah, it was a header back into play, and the trailing player was where he was supposed to be, and he buried it. After that, that's hard to. You can't really fault the goalie on that one, but to make all the other saves and keep them in it despite the complete lack of offense, I mean, just horrible.
So Spain gave up, I think, 1 goal in the entire tournament.
Yep.
7 shutouts.
Yep.
That's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, crazy. Like if you look, I mean, this game was so lopsided, even though it was 1-0, it felt like it easily could have been like 10-0.
Sure.
because there was so much time pressure. If you look at how like they'll have the stats with like, possession and then like pressure.
Yeah.
The entire game is basically all Argentina, all pressure all the time until the very, very end. And that was it.
Yeah. Crazy. I'll tell you what, I've watched World Cup in the past. I've never been as invested in the World Cup as I was this time around. And even after the U.S. lost, I was still paying attention and all that. And how about that third place game? 6-4?
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
6-4.
Yeah, I think it was nobody wanted to play that game, so but people scored goals, and I guess Mbappé took the record for goals scored because he scored 2 yesterday.
Career goals in the World Cup. Yeah. It's what, 20 or 21 now?
22, I think, is what he ended up with.
Okay, and he's only like in his early 30s, so he'll come back probably next round, I would think, and maybe play one more time. I think they're speculating because they lost that maybe Messi would come back. He's gonna be 43 years old.
Yeah, I think this is Messi's last one.
Yeah, I think you're right, but
they had 0 shots on goal, by the way, today versus 12.
What a great tournament! It was
look, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I'll definitely be looking for more maybe MLS stuff as that kind of pops around. But before the game, dodgeball was on the Ocho, so just looking for something to do. But did you watch the game today? Oh, you said you were playing baseball, right? So you didn't see the halftime show?
No.
So the first ever halftime show they've done for the World Cup, and it was like a who's who of the world and being part of this. It opens with Madonna.
Really?
Madonna was there. They did a Muppets version of Seven Nation Army. Like literally there were the Muppets were playing like drums and guitars with like a band, like a marching band doing One Nation Army. But Jack White wasn't there. At least I didn't see him. Who else made an appearance? BTS was there. They did a whole thing. Shakira did a song. Chris Martin showed up at one point again with like kids singing or something. I guess
he's a Coldplay lead
he's the
singer,
Coldplay
right?
guy. Yeah. And it was very, very weird because it was like, oh, here's a little bit of like everything for the entire world. And it had like, it just didn't make any sense.
Interesting. Yeah,
and Justin Bieber, who was, I'm pretty sure fake strumming a guitar. I'm sure it was all like lip synced and stuff like that. Ted Lasso shows up on the sideline talking. You haven't watched Ted Lasso, have you?
No.
Oh, dude, you're missing such a good show.
I know I need to.
Well,
I know.
Jason Sudeikis as Ted Lasso and his, like assistant coach are walking on the sidelines, and they introduced Justin Bieber and stuff like that. Okay. So it was super, super all over the place. Robbie Williams, Tom Cruise did like a opening monologue to start the game.
Okay.
It was just so weird.
Sure I could find it on YouTube.
Oh yeah. I'm sure you can. It was a sight to behold because you're like, what? Why?
Yeah.
Is that? And then again, like, what? Like, what did I just see?
Yeah, because the game was what, in New Jersey?
It was in New Jersey, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Trump was there. They booed the shit out of him. He's not popular there.
I did see that.
Look, I'm not a Trump fan at all, but the guy has no social awareness whatsoever. So if you see him like again, he did this as they're doing like the hand, the award at the end. He's doing the medals on players and stuff like that. I did see that. Did you see him not lead the stage so the team could take their team photo? And again, like the FIFA guy was like, come on, let's go. And he like stood there in the middle of the team photo.
No, I didn't catch that.
Again, he did this again like 4 years ago. Like the guy is such a buffoon and an idiot. And he's just standing there like absorbing all this thing. And like clearly he's not supposed to be there. And even like the FIFA guy's like, trying to, shepherd him off so the team could take their picture, right, of them winning it. And of course he has to make it about him, and he's put in there. Like, what a fucking asshole.
Oh, Jeff.
I'm sorry, but
I know.
Like him or not, it's an asshole move, no matter which side of the fence you're on.
Yeah, that's a total unawareness.
It wouldn't matter if it was Trump. It wouldn't matter if it was Obama or Biden or any. It's the team photo. Get your ass out of the picture.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
But no, can't do that. What an asshole. Did I say that?
I'll have to check out the halftime show.
Halftime show was just weird, man. It's just weird. Even the intro, like the opening was weird too, with like the Tom Cruise thing, and then like FIFA, like there's a FIFA anthem that was sung, and it was after the anthems for the two. They did the U.S. anthem, then they did like the Argentinian one, and then they did the Spain one. Actually, no, I think that's Spain, then they did Argentina. I'll tell you right now, the Argentinian anthem was way better than the Spain one. Like there were no lyrics for the Spain one. It was just an instrumental.
Oh, okay.
But people got into the Argentina one. But I think also the crowd was very heavily favoring Argentina because I think Messi was.
It seemed like there was very Argentinian heavy crowd. So what? The next World Cup is what, in 2030?
Yeah, I guess 4 years from now.
I don't even know where.
Let's see if the good old internet has an answer for us.
So I think they do the World Cup every 4 years.
It's every 4 years, yeah.
Yeah.
It will run June 8th to July 21st, 2030, and is unprecedented, spanning 3 continents. Ooh. The main tournament co-hosted by Morocco, Portugal, and Spain, while Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay will each host a special opening centenary match to celebrate the tournament's 100th anniversary.
Oh, wow. Interesting. So Africa, Europe, and South America.
Yep.
Wow, that's interesting because I understood the whole Canada, U.S., Mexico thing because obviously you're on the same side of the earth, but now you're adding a trip across the Atlantic.
Yeah, and crazy time zones.
Yeah.
So that means there's going to be a lot of very late games for the U.S. time zone for the ones in Europe. And then obviously the ones in South America will probably be relatively closer. But
yeah, because I saw like all the European watch parties for the games here were at like 1, 2 in the morning over there. I mean, obviously the game was earlier today. But I think it was still like 11:45 at night when the game ended in Spain. Granted, there were thousands of people watching, obviously, but.
So all the host countries automatically qualify. So Morocco, Portugal, Spain, Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay. I mean, Spain just won it, so of course they're going to be there. And Argentina is still going to be good, I'm sure. But some of these smaller countries, make it in as well. So they haven't locked down, I think, the cities yet that's going to happen in, but the countries
Morocco was a final 8.
Which one?
Morocco was final 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be good. No, we were talking today. I think the World Cup's good. I love World Baseball Classic. So I think that one's good. And I think golf does a good job with world competition, things like that. Yeah, I think the events are fun. Mm-hmm. International competition, I think, is a lot of fun.
So. Yeah, I think there's something different about the World Cup, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no doubt.
I think part of it is the rarity of it as well, right? Only every 4 years. I think the other things happen more often.
Well, I know World Baseball Classic, I think, is every 3 years, and Ryder Cup, I believe, is every 2 years.
Is it?
Yeah. So I'm with you on that. Well,
even those just don't have like the ratings draw that the World Cup does.
Ryder Cup is U.S. against Europe. And then there's another golf event called the President's Cup that's U.S. versus the world. And that's actually, I think, later this month or early next month here in Chicago for golf. And then, obviously, World Baseball Classic they just did this year. So that won't be for another 3 years. But, yeah, no, I agree with you. I think World Cup. Plus, World Cup's been around forever.
Yeah.
100 years.
Well, it's also the world's game. So
It is.
Most popular sport in the world is going to have the biggest set of eyes on it.
Yeah, football.
Yeah. I guess the real football instead of hand egg.
Yeah, no doubt. But, yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'll miss it. But again, I think it's one of the best things to watch on TV is 4K World Cup because the games just run. Like there's very few commercial breaks. But other than the hydration thing they did this year, it's just seamless.
Yeah, I do love the running clock, and and there's also some suspense on you don't always know when the game's going to end, or when it's halftime or whatever. So
I think I've started to kind of, I figured obviously they give you extra time, but what I do like is that it's kind of like the extra time is there as a guideline, but if the other team continues to have if the team that's behind or if it's tied, if there's clearly an attack going on, they'll let it play out, right? Even if it's like a corner kick and free kicks and stuff like that, they're pretty generous, I think, with allowing the play to dictate rather than the clock.
Yeah, and that's good. That's the one thing I do like.
What I still think they need to figure out though is the diving and every single player and writhing around in pain. I get it. They probably got kicked or stepped on and I'm sure it hurt. And a lot of them are like, okay, seriously, that was not that was no contact, right? And they're still faking it. And so they mentioned it in the commentary. It was like part of the game is manipulating the ref, which I don't like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They talk about, he's not going to get that call or he's trying to get that call or
Messi got calls because they think of who he is.
Oh yeah.
Which the NBA does that too.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's the same thing as basketball.
Yeah. But I feel like there needs to be more, I don't know what it is. Something needs to happen where if a player is clearly faking it or, the contact was really kind of incidental, that they can get penalized for going down and looking like a buffoon.
Yeah, I think maybe a yellow for a dive.
I think that they did it. I've seen it happen once in this tournament, but it seems like it could happen way more often.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a yellow card for a dive, I think is definitely appropriate. But I mean, it's like any other sport, when it's reffed by a human being, it's always subjective. So,
yeah.
But how about the World Cup refs getting medals at the end?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah,
that is
good for them. I'm sure it's a big honor.
Oh, huge. Yeah. Imagine the shape you got to be in to be that ref running up and down the field in the middle. Because obviously you've got the two officials, one on each side, reffing off sides and all that. But being the ref that's got to run around with these guys in the middle of the game, holy moly.
Yeah, talk about cardio, man.
Yeah, and while listening to these guys bitch and moan about every freaking ball.
Yeah. Yeah, got a little chippy out there today. So it was good. It was like it was. I don't think it was the competitive game that everybody wanted, but it was still entertaining, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
That's it.
I think a lot of people wanted Messi to go out on top. It didn't. As sports, man, doesn't always happen that way.
I was pulling for Messi. I wanted to see it happen. My wife was going for Spain.
Oh, I did too.
So she was very much on edge the entire game. And then when they finally scored, she ran around the house yelling goal.
Oh, no.
For like a solid, she got some pipes in her. I want to say I got a solid 30 seconds of her going around and the dog's not knowing what the hell is going on. Why is mom making that noise?
No, that's good.
Yeah. So now I'm got a break. NFL is next. That's it.
Yep. Got to go back to work tomorrow and start it all up again.
It's another week and a long line of weeks.
Yep. I hear you.
I'm hopeful my R2 order comes in soon. It's been a couple weeks. I know it's, somewhere between 4 and 8 weeks, but I really could use a car.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Especially starting, I think, next week once I get back from New York City, because then I don't have anywhere to be.
Yeah, but if you're around, you want to have access to a car.
I do. I mean, we it's fine. We'll work it out with the one, and it's nice not having 2 car payments. But I'm also like a greedy little boy. I want my new toy.
Yeah, right. Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff, I'm just hoping I can get out of bed in the morning.
Hey, that's all of us. But hey, maybe this will spark a, little walk action. I mean, we could all use more cardio, especially, a man of your advanced age and my advancing age.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got all these different trackers on me and rings and smart bands and all kinds of stuff that I'll say, move more.
I did. You'll laugh. I did check my watch because my heart was pumping.
I'll bet.
I still had my watch on. I had a resting heartbeat of 145 going when right after that happened.
That is
and usually
very high.
Yeah, because usually when I'm just sitting around, no adrenaline pumping and I'm just relaxing, I'm around a 60.
That's pretty good, actually.
Maybe even in the 50s. Like 55, between 55 and 60. So yeah, 145. I was like, whoa, I gotta calm down a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta be careful. Because you're also going 0 to 60, right? First of all, you're not expecting to hit it. And then the adrenaline kicks in. You're like, oh shit, I gotta go. And then you're like, I gotta go for 2. And then you decide, oh, why not steal third and have a heart attack?
Yeah. I mean, like right now I'm at a 78. So
that's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let me see if I can get mine. I'm not sure where it is. Here it is. I'm currently at 86 is the latest. I'm not sure when that was taken. So
that's probably when you were talking about Trump on stage.
Probably. Fuck that guy. Anyway. Get off the stage.
I saw 145. I'm like, okay, I gotta take it down a notch. And
my resting heart rate is 66.
Hey, there you go.
So there you go.
Nice.
Could be better.
Yeah. Like I said, when nothing's going on, I'm usually around 55, 60. So that's good.
That's good.
Yeah. So I got nothing else, man.
Yeah, me either. A couple of days of work here at home and then hop on a plane and do some more shenanigans for the people.
Yeah. Enjoy New York. I know you go there a lot. I know you enjoy it.
I love New York. It's great. I wish I had more time because I'm basically in and out. But
enjoy the MC experience. I think you'll do very well.
I hope so. I just hope I don't make a fool of myself.
Oh,
the goal is to be asked again next year.
Yeah.
Or at least be considered for it. I don't know if I would do it again. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to like it, to be honest with you. It's a lot of work.
I think you will. I think because, like I said, I've watched some of your stuff, and I think the way you lead panels and the way you moderate, I think it's right up your alley, to be honest with you. So
we'll see.
I think you'll do fine.
Well, I appreciate that. It won't be recorded, so it'll be in the room only. So that's, I guess, the saving grace.
Nobody's going to hold a camera phone up and try and record you? Or?
Maybe not. I don't know. I will have a couple clients there, so that could be interesting.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yep. All right, man.
Cool.
I will, talk to you next week.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, dude.
All right, see ya.
See ya.